You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Yes, please. Oh, you able to offer me? Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Ndagire here. Thanks for coming. As always, for the subscribers, thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate it. Today's video is something that I've talked about a lot on the channel, and it always comes out with this particular person, and it's crazy at this point. I feel like we are reaching as a people, and it's not okay, guys. This is about Tyla. She's a South African artist. I'm a piano pop artist, if I'm to put it right. What is going on is recently there were the VMAs, which are the MTV Music Awards, right? And there's been a lot of stitches, a lot of minds, a lot of people coming at it, and this is what they had to say, because it's been crazy, really crazy.
You don't see anything wrong with Tyla asking Halle Bailey to hold her award last night, then you are definitely part of the problem. Because, like, here's the thing. When you're a black woman, you experience something called microaggressions. And a lot of times it comes from people, but a lot of times it comes from people of other races as well. Tyla has made it very, 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 very clear that she does not consider herself a black woman, a colored woman, and that is very, very obvious. You can tell. With that being said, to get up there and say, oh, it's too heavy, I'm too small, I'm too dainty, I can't carry it, to ask another small, dainty woman to carry your award for you to hold it while you do your speech is actually insane. And to me, it's giving microaggression. Like, I can't hold it, but can you hold it? You're a black woman, you're so strong, you can hold it because it'll be easy for you. It's confusing to me because I done seen small, dainty people get up there and hold that award in their hand with one hand. So how is it that you're telling me that you can't hold it at all because you didn't take the envelope from her? So you got two free hands. What's the problem? As a black woman, Halle did exactly what she was supposed to do. Get somebody else to do it. I will not hold this for you. I absolutely will not. And she's not wrong.
Tyla got her VMA award and she was like, oh my God, this award is just so heavy. I'm just so weak. I cannot hold this. Can you just, can somebody hold this? The fact that she tried to hand that award to Halle as if Halle is not about the same damn size as Tyla. Like, girl, if it's heavy for you, what you think it's going to be for her? And that's how you know Halle do not play about her respect, baby, because she did not budge. She did not lift a finger. She did not give no insinuation that she was about to reach for that award. The cherry on top was Halle did it with a smile. Because the thing about demanding your respect is you don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be loud. You don't got to be mean. She stood there and smiled and was like, honey, I beg your finest pardon. I am not holding that award for you. But Lil Nas X, he felt the vibes. That's why he went ahead and said, let me go ahead and grab this award and be a man and just grab this award from her and let her go on and do her speech. Now, Tyla is a very talented artist. I like her music. I like her dance moves. I like her style. But, honey, she gonna have to work on that personable stuff. I don't know if artist development is still a thing with these record labels, but I feel like she needs to spend a little bit more time in artist development because she does not come off very likable.
Tyla called out the American music industry for how it generalizes African artists as just Afrobeats artists when there's diversity beyond that. And I really like that she called that out because it does a disservice both to the Afrobeats artists and to the African artists outside of that genre. And on top of that, this is something that has been ongoing in terms of how African artists are treated in these award ceremonies. Like, people just expect them to just take whatever, to take the American understanding of Africa. But if you want Africa to be represented on your stage, then represent it properly. At least learn that there are different genres. I remember 𝗬𝗗𝗃 even boycotted an award ceremony because they used to award African people backstage. And this happened like 3-4 years ago, right? And then even with Rema, when he was calling out the Western industries for how they expect Afrobeats artists to, assimilate and to not be too Afrobeatish, to not be too rugged. And he was even speaking about the story behind 𝗬𝗶𝗿𝗀 and that only people who watch Africa Magic would even understand like how scary the movie was. You get what I'm saying? And so if you really want the African experience encapsulated in the people that you represent, you cannot rewrite the story for them to say that, okay, this is the convenient story. And people will say, no, Africans must just, they must be grateful because, beggars are not choosers. But Africans are not beggars. Who gave you the impression that Tyla was a beggar? And people will be like, oh, you need to be grateful that we even allowed. No, that stage needs to be grateful that Tyla even allowed herself to get there. Like, Black people are always conditioned that whenever we are in specific spaces, we must be apologetic for our presence in those spaces. But those spaces need us as Black people. Those spaces require our cultures to even move forward, right? Not just Black African, Black South African, colored South African, Black Nigerian cultures, even Black American cultures. Those cultures move the music in the world. So why shouldn't we know our worth? Why shouldn't we exercise and speak from a point of understanding that no, you're wrong and I know my worth and I'm very assertive and self-assured in who I am, therefore I can correct you. Why can't they do that?
I'm so happy. I literally have no upper body strength. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Let me hold this 1 second.
Thank you. So wait, can somebody hold this? This is heavy right here. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? You guys know me and holding awards. I'm not strong enough. Yes, this. Are you able to open me? Yes, thank you.
This whole situation is so funny to me. It's so funny to me because you guys know that y'all had no reason to come for Tyla like that. You guys knew, and now you guys are pulling out the dumbest excuse, talking about, oh, but it's different. Tyla wasn't holding a mic. Is that your defense? Is that your defense? Are you being serious? She said please. She said thank you. She even apologized for asking that. But you guys want to talk about uppity Africans entitled she looks down on black Americans, according to what I've heard. Like, I just don't understand. Why are we so bitter? Why are we so angry? Why can't things just be fine? And it does me because now it just looks so stupid because a lot of you came on here talking about I've been new, Tyla's this, Tyla's that. Brother,
I find the conversation around Tyla being called an uppity African very interesting because I can narrate my experience as an African that lives in Australia very similar. Because mind you, whenever I tell people that I come from the most privileged country in Africa, the first thing that goes into their mind is how. Because when they associate where I come from, when they see me, is with a struggle story, and a struggle story that came from a origin that had disparity, poverty, and war and conflict. A couple of months ago, I made a video about how in Australia currently, we're going through a crisis that has to do with housing, domestic violence, racism, discrimination, and obviously so many issues that are affecting our society. Guess what the response was? You should be grateful you're even allowed in this country because where you come from, you were dying of poverty, starvation, because this society was created by white men for me to be able to live safe and free. Mind you, where I come from, I can do exactly the exact same thing. I'm not facing any persecution or disparity or oppression. They associate that with my origin story. And that's how some of these people view African people of African descent. They associate you with a token version of what they think you should be, and that's how they view you to always be less than them. Please never be afraid to take up space. Never be afraid to occupy the space that you deserve and you've worked hard for you to acquire. Pay no attention to these people that tell you that you should be grateful for the things that you deserve.
Let's talk about this, right? Because I've been seeing it all over TikTok, all over social media. I know for a fact, Tyla wished she never won that VMA award. If she would have known that VMA award would have brought so much hate, so much criticism, I bet for a fact she'd be crying tonight. Like, the internet is insufferable. The way that you guys take a picture, take a moment and make it something that is not, and then just crush somebody. And like, y'all criticize so much that y'all not even noticing, like, you're bullying this girl. And if you really can think about it, you don't really have a reason to. Like, you really, really don't have a reason to. But you making this a reason because like something about her that y'all just probably don't like. And I don't know what it is, but y'all are doing too much. And it's disgusting. First and first, I seen a video of her asking Lil Nas X. I saw a video of her asking Lil Nas X to hold her award. And let me tell you something. I have asked other artists to hold my awards for me myself. Like that, like those awards be so heavy. And then like when you have heels on and you put pressure on top of yourself, it really feel like your leg starts to wobble. Like, no lie, those awards are heavy. Then you got to worry about the speech. So I just don't think that you guys understand. And also, I met Tyla in person. I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3", so I'm already like short. She's shorter than me, and no lie, she's shaped really beautifully, but she's very, very skinny like Mariah type of skinny. Like she has to weigh like 109 pounds. So imagine you 109 pounds, and she literally asked Lil Nas X. But y'all trying to make this into like, oh, how rude is she to ask another female artist to hold her award? Like she's the help. And I love Haley, but she didn't even ask Haley to hold her award. She asked Lil Nas X, a man, to hold it. The thing about her too, that y'all think that she acts really uppity. Let me tell you something. A lot of Caribbean people and a lot of African people, like especially girls, like, all right, so I have an older sister, right? Her name is 𝗙𝗶𝗍𝗀𝗀𝗀. She's also an artist. Her name is 𝗙𝗶𝗍𝗀𝗀𝗀. She go by Nikki. She always been the type of person that is like, if there's like a block party in the street, she's like the one that's gonna get in the middle of the street and dance. She's very happy. She's not shy at all. She's very different from me. She's very different from me. She's very different from Hennessy. She's my father's daughter. and she's from the Dominican Republic. A lot of people from different countries, they are very prideful, they're very happy, they're very jumpy. And I feel like us Americans, like, we just don't be like, we're not really like that. So it's like when somebody's always like so happy, so jumpy, so energetic, and so overly confident, we be like, what's wrong with them? And my sister, she's so overly confident. Sometimes people just, when somebody's so overly confident, they have to also overly prove that they're not easy bitches, because sometimes people really think that about you. And I feel like you guys are being really harsh on this girl. She's 22 years old. Also, do you know how hard it is to be a person from a different country trying to adjust to America? So she's a new artist, 22 years old, trying to adjust to America. And I don't know where you guys are angry, making think pieces about her that barely speaks. You don't even know how she is. You don't even know her. And you guys are dragging her. This is why I told somebody, my chef yesterday. I told my chef yesterday, like, one thing I noticed about artists, like, when I first started it and then people started hating on me, I started thinking to myself, like, it's like, damn, why people hate me so much? And it's like, oh, it's because you're problematic. You're problematic. You talk too much. So I always felt like, damn, the reason why people hate me so much is because I express myself too much. And I started to notice that you don't even have to be problematic. Sometimes you don't even got to speak. And people will still, you will still go through that phase where everybody just hates you for no reason, whether you're problematic and outspoken like me, or whether you're a shy and quiet girl like, I don't know, 𝗗𝗿𝗍𝗍, now it's Tyla. Like, it's like, y'all will always find a reason to hate somebody. There's not a lot of artists in America that has a nationality from South Africa like me. Like, the Dominican people are very proud of me. I have Dominican people always crying to me, like, it's like, you represent our country so well. And I'm not even fully Dominican. And I wasn't even born in the Dominican Republic, the Dominican Republic. However, because I'm part that, people are very proud that somebody is mainstream representing these nations that a lot of artists are not from. So it's like when y'all see her, that she always like saying, I'm from South Africa, I'm so from South Africa. It's not to shit. It's because it's like it means something. It means something when you're representing such a fucking small nation in the biggest, best country in America. Every artist, no matter where they're from, whether they're from Korea, whether they're from the Dominican Republic, whether they're Puerto Rican, whether they're Jamaican, their goal is to become mainstream artists in America. I don't know why, but that is the truth. And like, it's almost like going to the Olympics. Like, it's like you're really representing that nationality, but in America. So y'all be so harsh and wrong, not even understanding that people are just prideful of where they from, their nationalities, their origin. Like, it's like, it means something when you come from a small country and now you're representing that country. So you always want to say like, hey, like, I'm from here, and I want you guys to understand my culture, and I want you guys to love my culture, and I want you to do this and that. Like, and nothing wrong with that. Like, why y'all so tough on people?
First of all, I want to thank Tyla for standing up and calling out the organizers of these international award ceremonies where they put African people in one box.
This is such a big moment for Africa, African music. It proves that African music can be pop music too. Also bittersweet, because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afrobeat. It's a thing, and even though Afrobeat has run things and has opened so many doors for us, African music is so diverse. It's more than just Afrobeat. I come from South Africa. I represent 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗄. I represent my culture, and I just want to shout out all the Afrobeats artists in this category with me. Shout out Thames, Ira Star, shout out Loj, shout out Rema, 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿, all of us. And yeah, I love you guys. Africa to the world. Stream my album, Tyla.
When it comes to other groups of people, they are given grace. Like if it's Koreans or if it's like an Asian person in some way, they give them the privilege of putting them in a category that gives them respect. It's not like Asian, music category. It's not like European music category. Like they are put in a genre where they sing from. But then when it comes to Africa, it's like, oh, we have these ones. We have these impoverished Africans where we need to put them in a certain category, and that is Afrobeats. Yes, Afrobeats has paved way, as Tyla said, but like the music you find from Uganda or in Uganda is going to be different from the one of Kenya. Like we have Kadongo Kamu, which is like traditional in Uganda, and it's different from the one of Kenya, different from the one of Tanzania, different from Nigeria, because Africa has 54 countries. Let's be serious. You can't tell me that a continent of 54 countries, they all have the same genre of music. But like, let's say a continent like America has like different genres where there's pop, jazz, hip hop, or whatever, like a lot of like categories. And then you want to put like 54 countries in one category of Afrobeats. And even Northern African people, have different genres of sounds. Like, does that even sink into the heads of these people? And they present themselves as educated and more researched about the world, but like when it comes to African things, that's when their brain, their logic, that's when all their research, you know, goes outside and out of the door, and that's when they don't understand how Africa has different genres of sounds or music. Like, make it make sense. Let me give myself as an example. As a person that started talking to some of my brothers and sisters from the diaspora, I got to realize that some of them were shocked by how I talk, how I act, how I am, because they have a picture of how an African woman is supposed to act or behave. And in my head, I was like, oh, really? So some of these people, some of our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, Black people, they want us Africans to see them in a different light. They want us to respect them, which I'm okay with. They want us to give them like privilege when they come in, which I'm very okay with. But like, why is it not the same energy when it comes to us Africans? Like, the picture some Black people have on African people is the picture that this media has always fed them. Like I always say, what some African people have over Black people in America or in the Western world is based on what they saw on TV. So we need to reach a point where, yes, those things might have been true. Let's put it out there. But like, are we willing to learn each other and see ourselves in a different light? Because tell me why, when I speak with some of my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they tend to look at me like I'm being too much, just because I can speak up, just because there are some things I don't accept, even though I'm from the African culture, just because there's conversations we can have and I'm not on the same page with them. Why do I have to assimilate to you, but you cannot try to assimilate to my understanding? Like, does it make sense? It's the same thing I'm seeing with Tyla. People expect Tyla to be like so much grateful, like, oh my God, I am so happy to be here. Like, guys, oh my God, I can't even believe. Like, people want her to be on the knees for them to feel like, yes, they uplifted an African person. People are so mad to the fact that an African woman can also be feminine. Like, why? How dare you as an African woman say you can't carry an award for yourself? Like, you have to ask for help. And then they twist things up and make it seem like she was asking a fellow Black woman. Like, I saw this video of this woman who was saying, if you didn't see a problem with Tyla asking Hailey, a Black woman, to hold her award, you have a problem. Like, guys, clips have been coming up where Hailey was not near where Tyla was even showing the award. She was asking a man to help her. And there's so many. I've seen so many women from America asking to hold their awards because they are heavy. And no one had a fuss about it. Like, imagine someone waking up and just being pissed over someone they've never met. Like, guys, I rarely see Tyla talking. She's always doing her own things. And people are also like, oh, she thinks she's better than Black Americans. Like, why can't she even dance with Usher? And I'm like, guys, we have this respect in ourselves that if a person is married, like, guys, if you are married and you come to me, trust me, I'll not even hug you. The only thing that I can do is give you a handshake because I respect your woman. I respect your wife. I respect your girlfriend, because that's called respect. So if Tyla does not want to dance with this specific person, even though they are a celebrity and a bigger celebrity, why is that also a problem? And I'm pretty sure if she did dance with Usher, people will still have an issue with it. It got so crazy that a person like Cardi B has to also come out and defend Tyla. The fact that people like Cardi B also had to come up and defend and really talk on the matter, it shows how hateful we as Black people are onto ourselves. It clearly shows self-hate to the maximum. When it comes to other women, these women asking for help or being helped, guys, you don't come out and say how entitled they are. You are so okay with it. But an African woman, how dare you act feminine? Like, what? You're feminine? Like, I mean, you're not a strong woman. Like, you can't even hold things. You can't even dance with an artist that is bigger than you. Oh, wow. Who do you think you are? It is crazy. Guys, we need to respect ourselves. And we come on the internet every single day and ask ourselves why other groups of people thrive. Guys, a white person is always going to win. A Chinese man or woman is always going to win. Arab people are always going to win. Why? they always first put themselves first, and they always stand by themselves first. If any saga comes and it involves these other groups of people with their people, they will stand by them and look for the solution before they even do anything to embarrass themselves. We as a people, we Black people, we hate to see ourselves successful. It's giving hate. It's giving hate. We should be happy that African people are able to also be on the global scale and express themselves as they should, with confidence. But like, we are put in a box, first of all, with their words, and then we have to like dim ourselves. And if you're confident, like, you have to, you know, limit yourself and like be demure and literally be a doormat for these other groups of people so they can thrive fast, and then you have to come in later but with a little pace because you don't want to overwhelm them or overpace them, because that is not acceptable for an African person to be, you know, on top of other people. Why the entitlement? Why the entitlement? Guys, I always tell you how I grew up listening to a lot of Black American music. Like, when it comes to rap music, like, I know most of the lyrics of hip-hop music of Black Americans. Like, it's my favorite. So why is it that I'm able to embrace it? I also want to be a part of the culture. But when it comes now to Africans pushing their music, different genres outside of Africa to the world, now it's issues, now it's problems, now it's a lot of like chaos, like more, you know, diaspora wars over what? Over what? Self-hate. That's what it's giving. Self-hate. Like, is it really worth it for us to be fighting over an African girl showing other African girls that it's possible for us to make it in the world? Like, make it make sense. That is it for me, the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm always posting. I will see you in the next video. Bye.